This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Thank you, Patty. Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It is
Friday.
Yes, it is. August 7th. I'm Tori here with Erica. Brandon joins us from home. Before we get started, we do have to say there was a small medical emergency.
There was a small medical emergency.
At the studio.
Yes.
I was here.
To save the day. Tori saved the day. I got stung by a bee, and it was pretty traumatic.
It was a
I
big
am
bee.
all bandaged up right now with an ice pack. Ooh.
Does it hurt? I ran to the rescue. I was so excited to have a medical emergency.
She was.
But we're all good now. So just wanted to let everyone know we're honest here at DBL. So that's what's happening here. Okay. Let's talk about honesty. Oprah's putting her money where her mouth is by setting up billboards honoring Breonna Taylor. The EMT was shot and killed in her Louisville home by police officers in a botched raid. So Oprah put up 26 billboards, one for each year of Breonna's life. Around the city, the billboards show that same digital image of Breonna featured on the cover of O magazine and demand that the officers involved in her killing be arrested and charged. They also direct people to untilfreedom.com, a group working to find justice for Breonna. Bravo, Oprah. What do you think about this? Like Oprah putting her money, what do you think about this, Erica?
I think that everyone needs to be doing this. The idea that this was an innocent woman who, I saw something on Twitter where someone's like, if people would stop doing illegal things, then maybe they would stop getting killed. Breonna Taylor was sleeping in her home.
Asleep.
So just keep in mind when you say things like that. This is really saying we are not going to allow her name to go out of the headlines. We have not forgotten. Because the fact of the matter is, if we allow her name to go out of the headlines, if we forget, then there's going to be more names. And there already are. So we have to draw a line in the sand like, listen, we are going to stay in your face until something's done. This is a cover-up to the nth degree, in my opinion. I think that if the officers actually are arrested, then it's going to unravel everything that led up to that no-knock warrant being given in the first place. So I think there are a lot of people, especially politicians, who are really feeling very nervous right now about the idea that we are not letting this go.
I agree with you, Erica, and very quickly I'll just say that I think Oprah sees herself, I'm not speaking for Oprah, but I can see that she sees herself in Breonna. I mean, she said it on the cover. She was like, I could have been Breonna. It was a woman. She was studying to be a nurse. She was an EMT, frontline worker, doing everything we're supposed to do, sleeping, and gets shot 8 times in her hallway, illegally, in my opinion, with a no-knock warrant that has now been reversed. So big ups to Oprah for putting that up there. That's a big, big deal. We're going to move on to this story. I want to get Brandon's take on Selling Sunset star Chrishell Stause revealed she found out over text her husband, This Is Us actor Justin Hartley, was filing for divorce. Watch.
I found out because he texted me that we were filed.
He texts you?
45 minutes later, the world knew.
He just blindsided you?
Ouch. Chrishell and Justin were married for 2 years, but together for 6. Justin filed for divorce in December last year. Brandon, what do you think about this?
I'm laughing at the fact that I would rather be broken up with via text. I'm sorry. I don't want a phone call. I don't want to sit there and talk it out, because if it leads up to someone's breaking up with you through text, that means that it was already done before that. The text was just one of those things where it's like, you know what? I just want to send this, you know, not even spell check it. Just send this to get this person out of my life. Now, I hate the fact that she was crying. I hate the fact that she had some sort of pain. But if someone's going to break up with you via text anyway, it was time to move on.
Wow. Okay, that's a millennial
as
speaking
light
in a
as
way.
I could put that.
Erica doesn't have the same feelings, I don't think, Erica.
Nada. How are you going to propose to someone, actually go to court to actually file and get your marriage certificate, have a wedding with someone, build a life with someone, and then you just text them to say it's over? I understand being in relationships for far too long. I think most relationships, by the end, y'all have been done way before that official thing is said and done. But the official thing has to be said and done, and it should not be done over text. Now, if y'all not watching Selling Sunset, I will tell you.
Is it good?
I was first of all, it is good. It's exactly the nonsense that we need. We need inconsequential programming, and it is very inconsequential.
Good.
However, I was
But
very
ladies, but
weary.
hold on, ladies. Erica. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying, what if it was something where he thought it was going to get physical, or it was a bad situation if he broke up with her in person? So he could have thought that he was doing the right thing.
Do you really
by
think
breaking
that's
up
the
via
situation
text
here?
to be away from her.
Do you really think that's the
Absolutely
situation
not.
here? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. I'm just playing the other side. I think it's childish, you know, especially the way you broke it down, Erica. Like divorce. If you get divorced via text, I think that's actually tasteless.
Well, that's
but
what
if
we're
it's something where
talking about.
you're dating,
They had a whole marriage, Brandon.
Yeah.
A whole marriage. She was his whole wife. Whole wife.
but I'm the non-married one here. I don't have a whole
Right.
wife just
You right.
yet. So I'm just
We
talking
shouldn't even have
about
asked
my
you.
Yeah,
life.
I think we should have skipped you. Totally. And I get breakups over text because sometimes it can get kind of weird, but a divorce over text is like not okay in my
Yeah,
opinion.
that's terrible.
No.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Not okay.
All
Not
right.
okay.
Speaking of nothing, I want to go to the Jennifer Grey story, and I had no transition. She's getting ready to put on her dancing shoes again. She won Remember Dancing with the Stars when she was 50, I believe. Lionsgate Studios confirmed that Jennifer will now executive produce and star in the remake of her 1987 hit, Dirty Dancing. The film made her a breakout star alongside the late, great, one of my favorites, Patrick Swayze. Oh, that scene. Ugh. There are still no details about co-stars or plot, but the studio says it will be exactly the kind of romantic, nostalgic movie fans have been waiting for. Let me just tell you what that means. This is gonna be a disaster. Do not remake brilliant classics. Do not remake it if Patrick Swayze is not in it. I love Jennifer Grey. Swayze made that movie. Don't put Baby in a corner. Don't put Swayze in a corner.
But
Okay,
there
girl.
are some young up and coming talented handsome actors that can
No.
replace Patrick Swayze.
I know, but
Tori.
he
like,
wasn't
if this is a great
Go ahead, keep going. I shouldn't.
if this is like a great plot, a great storyline, and you can get the right person to come in and play that character that Patrick Swayze played, it'll be a hit. This is for a new generation. It's not for the people who've already seen Dirty Dancing.
A classic means it's a hit in every generation. Jennifer Grey tried to fix the nose. It went terribly. Don't fix Dirty Dancing.
Right. I do agree with Brandon, though. It is a classic story and a classic hit, and it should stay classic by staying original.
Thank you.
We do not need remakes,
Yeah.
okay? Do you know how many stories have not been told? How much representation needs to occur in this medium we call entertainment? And we just want to make the same thing over and over. It's never going to be great. Half of sequels are terrible. So why you want to reboot? I'm with Tori on
Yes,
this one.
thank you very much.
Do not do that.
No, spaghetti arms.
That is a mistake.
That's exactly right. I carried a watermelon. Don't try and make a better line. That is the line. Sorry, everyone. I got to get to the story. It's my favorite of the week. Twin brothers Tim and Fred Williams have gone viral after recording their reaction to hearing different songs they've never heard, like Frank Sinatra, blah, blah, blah. This is Phil Collins' hit, In the Air Tonight. They're hearing it for the first time. Remember that drum solo 3 minutes in. You ready? Take a look.
Yeah. Okay. No.
Show, but the pains to the rose, so strangers to you and me.
Y'all sleepy on that one, man. I ain't never seen nobody drop a beat 3 minutes in a song. Drop a beat at the end of the song, man.
I am so into this YouTube channel.
Yes.
If you didn't know, Phil Collins was a drummer, and it was crazy that he would wait 3 minutes and then go boom, 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 boom. You know it. I love it. That's my favorite.
Let me tell you about this.
Now that's. Go ahead, Erica.
Well, no, I
I'm
was just
sorry.
going to say, I was in the YMCA for summer camp, and my group did this song, and we had our sunglasses, and there was this one kid, LJ, and LJ was like a young Michael Jackson, and LJ did the, and it was cold. We were cold.
And I love when he goes, tonight,
Erica, you got me like...
You know how the echo, Brandon, when he goes, tonight, you know that part in the song? It's a great song.
I didn't know there was an echo in it, but that's a classic that doesn't need to be remade or remixed. I think we can all agree on that, right?
I totally agree with that.
Right.
Remember Mike Tyson in The Hangover, bringing it back. Boom, 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 boom. Poof. Love it. Brandon, stick around. Coming up on DBL. The director hates me right now. Erica catches up with R&B diva Kelly Price. She's back to judge on Sunday Best and revealing how music's biggest names inspired her. Plus, Tom Brady's hairstyles have changed a lot over the years. What's your favorite look? Stephanie's got the lowdown in Fashion Fix Friday. And take a look at the studio here at DBL. The majority of our employees are still working from home to help stop the spread of COVID. Hi, we thank them. We'll be right back. Ba-boom, ba-boom.
Welcome back to DBL. I'm Stephanie Jones here with the latest beauty and style gossip, which means it's time for Fashion Fix Friday. A huge shout out to rapper Megan Thee Stallion, because you're going to see her face in the makeup aisle now, as she's the new global brand ambassador for Revlon at 25 years old. Not only is she skilled behind the mic, but Megan has serious makeup chops, as she did her own makeup for the shoot, and seriously, it looks amazing. Congratulations, Megan. Now, Tom Brady, you might love him or hate him, but either way, you've got an opinion about him. But what about his hair? The quarterback posted this meme on his 43rd birthday featuring all of his past hairdos. Of course, people voiced what their favourite was, but can you guys guess the overwhelming winner? Well, it was the caveman. Fans are begging Tom to bring back the long locks, but what do you lot think? Is this look deflated or related? Do you get it? It's a rare sports term for any guys out there watching. And finally, the return of What the Fashion. I had to bring it back for the chicken catastrophe. Remember, KFC and Crocs teamed up and made this greasy, ghoulish nightmare of a clog. And yeah, they even smell like chicken too. Ugh. But hold on to your drumsticks, because the shoes went on sale in late July for $60, and can you believe it? They've already sold out. Seriously, you guys, who of you lot are buying these shoes? Because just like any fast food, they make my heart hurt. It's awful. That's it for this week's Fashion Fix Friday. You're watching DBL, and we'll be back after this.
Welcome back to DBL. R&B diva Kelly Price is back, shining her light again in the music industry. Earlier, I had the pleasure of catching up with her in today's Chatting with the Stars.
Long before Lizzo, Kelly Price reshaped what women in the music industry looked like. That was in the 90s. Now the producer, writer, and platinum-selling Grammy-nominated artist has new music and shares how she has found joy despite challenging times.
Kelly Price, welcome to DBL.
Hello.
Just so you know, for a year of my life, I woke up to Kelly Price as we lay, because the beginning of the song starts,
Morning, and we slept the night away.
It's been 6 years since you released a studio album, and now fans can look forward to new music from you. But it's both inspirational and R&B.
My life is just as much church girl as it is R&B singer. I'm a preacher's kid. But I had two rules when I came into this business. Whatever it was I was singing about, whatever it was I was doing, I needed to be able to do it for my children and for my grandparents. And if I couldn't do it for the both of them and justify it, then I didn't need to do it.
Well, let's talk about your gospel music, because it is all about praising the Lord, of course.
I dare not even ask anything, standing here in your presence, no. Selfishly, I've done it before.
Now, because of that, how difficult is it to judge the contestants on BET's gospel competition, Sunday's Best?
It's not difficult for me. I come from the same foundation that they are all a part of. And then they all did it this year in the middle of a global pandemic.
Right.
They had 6 family members. One of our contestants lost his stepmother while I was dealing with my own grief. So we got an opportunity to lead by example this season and show them that when the world goes crazy, especially because you bring a message of hope, You don't get to shut down.
But I just want to pause down for a second because I want to extend my condolences to you. You and your family have been hit hard by the pandemic, like so many other families, and I'm really sorry to hear that you lost your grandfather from COVID-19 in April. And now your 95-year-old grandmother, who your grandfather was married to for 70 years, is currently fighting the virus. How's she doing?
She is the strongest woman I know. She went into the hospital. She was in ICU. It wasn't good. She had a feeding tube, all of that. Grandma is out of the hospital. She knew, and God knew, that I couldn't take losing both of them like that.
Are you finding strength in the idea that you're not alone? What's getting you through these challenging times?
The message of togetherness is one that I continue to carry. It's been the theme of my life. And I feel like together is the only way we make it through this. We have to check on one another. We have to check on our elderly neighbors. We have to check on those that we know deal with health struggles.
And you've worked with many other legendary voices like Aretha Franklin, Mariah Carey, and Whitney Houston. So who's had the greatest impact on your career and why?
No one person has had the greatest impact. I had in like a master class at different points of my career, Mariah being that first teacher. And Whitney was just my sister. So she pushed me, she pushed me, she pushed me. She taught me so much. More than anything, it was the whispers in my ear in her moments of transparency, where she literally would talk to me about what her struggles in this business were and tell me, you don't have to deal with that. Don't fall for the okie doke.
I really do appreciate you sharing that, because I think that we all need to identify those people in our lives that can, you know, help shepherd us along our way.
Yes, you need at least one, because there are a lot of people who are at home and they're struggling right now. It's bigger than just the financial hit that this country has taken. If we're gonna get through this time, we're gonna get through it together. This is where selfishness needs to go out the window, and we've got to remember that we are a village, a community first.
Right. Well, Kelly Price, oh my gosh, and just ending it with, you got to keep pushing, from the woman who woke me up for a year with the phrase, it's morning. Can I get that one more time?
Yes, it's morning.
Yes, yes. You can catch Sunday Best this Sunday on BET. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to DBL. More people are taking road trips than flying this summer, but how safe is that long drive? So we're going to chat about it in today's DBL Drive, sponsored by who, y'all?
Car Shield.
That's right. According to AAA, U.S. travelers are making more than 680 million road trips this summer, but a majority are skipping tourist destinations and visiting family instead. So let's give you some tips. Before hitting the road, limit your exposure to people outside the household for 14 days. And when you finally get your destination, stay there. Try not to leave that spot unless necessary. And of course, wear your mask, wash your hands. When it comes to traveling, for peace of mind, get an auto protection plan with Car Shield. Car Shield protects their members from the very high cost of auto repairs. Call 1-800-505-9619 for a free quote. Brandon, I believe you took a road trip recently. Am I right or no?
No, not recently. I was 18 years old before I went to college with my brother. We drove from Virginia to Washington State and back. Since I'm on daytime TV, I can't really tell you what happened during that road trip. But here's another tip I can tell people. Here's a cool game to play when you're in the car with your families. It's called Pass the Aux. So whoever you get to pick a song, and you pass the aux to the next person to pick a song, and you keep going around the car, and whoever has the best music gets
the
to be
auxiliary cord, the aux. We call it Pass the Playlist, and you have to use the last letter of the title of the song to start your song.
That is complicated. Ooh. Almost as complicated as telling Brandon that this is DBL After Dark.
Yeah, good call. We're not in the day. We'll be back on Monday, same time, same place. Bye, guys.